The reason why you should compare yourself to others is because it will make you better. You know, there's that really popular quote that says, comparison is the thief of joy. But that's only true if you let it be that way, right? Because today, you know, I was on YouTube and a video popped up. And that video was a vlog of some of my high school friends. And they made it. Like, one of the guys in the group is a millionaire, right? And he's taking his friends to all these extravagant places, going to parties, driving beautiful, you know, cars, going to beautiful restaurants, delicious food there, right? And what that does, at least for me, right? And I hope you adopt this. What that does for me is it reminds me of how far behind I am. It reminds me of what I could be, but choose not to be. Okay? So when you compare yourself to others, right? Throw away all this, you know, people say, oh, don't compare yourself to others, you know, be in your own lane, you know, do your own thing. No, no, I refuse. I'm going to refuse to do that, right? Because comparing myself to others will make me better, and it does make me better. It lights a fire under my butt to get to work, because I'm so behind. Like, if my peers are ahead of me, why can't I be ahead too, right? And the reason why people like to say, at least what I think the reason why people say, you know, don't compare yourself to others is because it'll make them feel better. It'll make you feel better about the position you're currently in, right? And you're like, oh yeah, it's okay, you know, just focus in my own lane. And what does that do? That makes you comfortable. And when you are comfortable, you don't grow. And when you don't grow, you won't achieve your goals, right? So look at the people that are ahead of you, right? Compare yourself to them. Compare your situation, right, and their situation, which you desire, and feel that pain. Really, really live in that pain, because that pain is what is going to accelerate your growth. That pain is going to be like, you know what? I need to get to work right now. Screw Instagram Reels, out of here. You know, screw YouTube, out of here, right? It's going to light a fire under your butt. Like, sure, there are so many different feels in life, right? I'm not saying there's only one type. There's many types, right? You know, I want to become successful so I can retire my parents. You know, I want to provide for my family. I want to have generational wealth. I want to be able to pay for the bill at any restaurant I go to. I want to travel different places. I want to have financial freedom, time freedom, whatever it may be. But all I'm saying is that when you compare yourself to someone else, that's just adding more fuel to the fire, right? It's not a bad thing unless you make it that way. The only caveat is that if you do not have control over your brain, and if your paradigm is different than mine, so like how you see the world is different than mine, then, you know, this might not be for you. But I know if you're watching this, the reason why you click this, right, is because you had that urge, you have that little itch inside of you, like, you know what, like, I do compare myself to others, right? And I'm here to tell you that that's okay, because it's going to make you better, right? I mean, you can tell yourself, you can't really tell yourself, yeah, no, comparing is bad because it hurts my feelings. Okay, good. It should hurt your feelings, because it's showing you, it's really showing you the gap between, like, you know, where you are and where you want to be. And that's okay. I really encourage that. But that's what really inspired this video. It was a YouTube video from my high school friends, and they made it, right? And I want to make it too. I want to freaking make it too, right? Today was a great day. By the way, I'm going to transition to my day. Because I think there's a lot of learning lessons here, right? The first one is that I know my limit now, right? My limit is if I go more than 2 days without more than, like, you know, 4 hours combined total sleep, I will probably crash behind the wheel. But I know that 2 nights is the max. So know your limits, right? And so I finished packing everything last night. I had my 5 a.m. client, and then I immediately got to work. I went to a cafe because the following client at 3 p.m., he was nearby, so I just went to a cafe. Phil's Coffee. By the way, if you go to Phil's Coffee, get the honey haze, right? It's so delicious. But there were so many learning lessons today. So many. I did my LinkedIn outreach. I went to the gym, went on the Stairmaster and recorded like 30 personal videos to people that connected with me on LinkedIn or accepted my email. I had a meeting with one of my mentors. I had a meeting with my nutritionist. I had a meeting with my other mentor, my boss. And the biggest takeaway from that is that I want to become the best trainer. I want to become the best trainer because it's such a valuable skill. Because you look at all the competition. And guys, like, I'm here to tell you, if a market is saturated, then good. Because if the market is saturated, that just means that you can go in there and easily disrupt everybody because everybody is doing the same thing, right? And I really want to like drive this home because a prime example of this is for me in online coaching, right? Nobody wants to do the work. Everyone wants to automate their outbound, which is basically outbound, by the way, if you don't know, it's sending messages to people who don't know you, right? That's cold outbound. But like nobody wants to send, record a personalized video that takes 25 seconds and probably more if you mess up, right? On a Stairmaster, saying their name and having these small tweaks. Like my thing is like, hey Bob, thank you so much for the connection request. As a fellow entrepreneur, I forgot the script because my brain is dead. But like nobody's willing to do that work. And I do that for every single person that accepts my outbound or that accepts my connection request on LinkedIn and accepts my email. Like that takes work. That takes work. And imagine doing that at Planet Fitness, bro, on the Stairmaster, right? Like not many people are willing to do that. But that's the point. Because if nobody's willing to do that work and everyone wants to just automate that out, then it's so easy to win. Like guys, if you're my age, I'm 21 by the way. So if you're around my age, like it has never been easier to win. Like you are so privileged to be able to watch me right here on YouTube, right? Like if you have this, that's all you need. Well, also work ethic, also skills, but like it's so easy to win nowadays because people are just so easy to beat. The average American is average, and average is really easy to beat. I promise you guys, right? But anyway, that was my little rant. And then I did take a 1 hour emergency nap because I was feeling it. Like I could barely stay awake in the cafe, and I knew that if I went on the road, I would crash, right? So I took a nap, and then I got 2 Celsiuses for $4. I wonder in 10 years, I wonder how much 1 Celsius is going to cost. I'm so curious. But I drank it, felt energized, went to my client, trained him, bam, and then I went home. I went to the gym, even though I was running on 2 hours of sleep, right? 2 hours from the night, like that night, and also 2 hours from the night before. So combined 4 hours of, nightly sleep. And despite that, I still went to the gym for the second day in a row, right? And it was not so much to prove to others that I could do it. It was more so to prove to myself that even though like the worst condition possible where like I don't have sleep, I'm tired, I didn't eat anything all day. Like despite that, I still went to the gym and gave myself a brutal leg workout, which everyone hates, a leg workout with calves, by the way, right? And a bunch of other things. So like do what people aren't willing to do. I know this video has divulged into so many directions, but if you're watching this, I really hope that you take in these gems, right? Because they took me so long to learn. I always wanted to take the easy route out. But the thing is, the easy route is actually the hardest route. That shortcut is just a shortcut to hell, right? Take the long route because the long route is the safest and best route to success. Okay? Oh, that was a bar. Jeez. And then I met up with my boys, and we went to a place called Ducks, really good place. And because I'm on a cut, inspired by my boss, he was like, dude, you're kind of fat. I was like, you know what? As a fitness coach, you're completely right. And I just got a chicken, strip chicken, and then some salad, right? And it had corn, I think. And then we went on a run after. A mile run, I pushed myself. One thing I have been doing is every single time I run, when it comes like the last 0.25 miles, I just sprint that thing. And I keep going no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much my stomach hurts or burns, I just, right? And it's to train my brain to really accept that pain, to really live in it. Because the more you wire your brain to be able to withstand pain, you will become unstoppable. Because most people, 99% of people are afraid of pain. So when you can deal with pain, you will survive and you will come out on top. Anyway, and then I went home super exhausted. I saw my girlfriend before for like 30 minutes, but then I went home. I did my non-negotiable of posting on LinkedIn and Instagram once. I posted a ton of stories today. Beautiful. And then I showered, and now after this video, after I post it, or while I post it, I'm going to be studying my sales systems because I have a sales call tomorrow. And the craziest thing, guys, the craziest thing is that I've only been doing consistently LinkedIn outbound and follow-ups for 1 week. And from that 1 week, I have like 3 different calls not confirmed. One for sure, 2 for sure, and then 3 is a very, very high likelihood for next week. But like, that was just 1 week's worth of work. Now imagine if I do this for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year. Like, dude, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game, and it's an effort game. So to tie it all back together, right? Compare yourself to others because it will make you better. That pain that you feel when you compare yourself to others, don't let it put you down. Don't wallow in your self-pity. Use that pain to become better, to become stronger, to become the person, to force yourself to become the person that you know you need to be to achieve the success that they have, that you want, right? So that's pretty much it for today. I really want to make awesome vlog content. I just don't have, it's just not worth my time right now because I want to build, the empire I want to build. And so that, when I have enough money, I'll hire a, cameraman and editor. But mark my words, I will do that because I think I can inspire a lot of people. And I think that the friends that I have and the days that I have, it might be boring, but I think if I can do it, then you guys can do it, bro. If this guy right here, the stupid little boy right here, can do it, like you can too, right? So with that being said, this is PLOG. Let me actually check. I think it's PLOG 1.16. Let me check just in case. Give me 1 second. It is in fact PLOG V 1.16. PLOG out. See you guys tomorrow.